You've been preparing for Michael for a very long time now, I guess. Is it getting frustrating? Do you want to just get this fight over with and deal with them now?
No, I want to go out there and perform. I see so many finishes in my head, and I want one of these to come for real. So like one of these finishes, I'm gonna finish this guy. I just don't know how yet. But one of these finishes I've been dreaming of and thinking of, one of them's gonna happen.
Innovation in your striking was just such a massive part of like your early career, and I guess we haven't seen as much of that recently. Have you kind of gone back to the drawing board? I guess are there going to be some new things we haven't seen?
I didn't go back to the drawing board. My drawing board is my basics. That's what's that flashy style. Like, I made wrestling. I let everybody else in the media and the world tell me I need to wrestle, and it took away from my striking and my jiu-jitsu, and that's what got me to the title. So I stopped wrestling, and no disrespect to Izzy Martinez, my wrestling coach, great guy, but I'm not a wrestler. Like, I'm never going to become a wrestler, but I am a fighter. So these guys take me down. I'm going to be fighting off my back. I'm going to be having that crazy sleek jiu-jitsu. When we get to the feet, I'm going to hurt you, and that's where I'm at.
Earlier this summer, Duke Rufus basically said that he talked to you after the Chiesa fight was canceled and said, effectively, if we're going to do this, we're going to have to be about this life. And he said basically the past 6 months, you've learned more and been more about it than the past 3 years combined. Sort of what was that discussion about it, and what has changed over the past 6 months?
It feels so good. I mean, and it's not that I learned more; it's that I remembered what I already knew. Like just the pad sessions we've been going through, like seeing the technique, seeing the jiu-jitsu. It just feels liberating again. I'm not working for these knockouts and these submissions and these strikes I'm landing. They're just happening because of my basics are very strong. I'm getting back to the details that I had in striking that led me to the title, and I'm not worried about the takedown. I mean, that's one part of the game. I'm not obsessing about it. You take me down, we're still fighting, and that's where I'm at right now.
When you look at Michael Chiesa as an opponent, what do you see? What are his strengths, and where can you sort of exploit him?
He has 0 knockouts. I mean, so I'm not really worried about his striking. I think he definitely has an awkward style of striking. He throws these weird front kicks. He's not a traditional Thai kicker. He's not a traditional martial artist nor a boxer. But he is pretty tough, man. Like, he goes out there, he brings it. Striking-wise, he's not even close to my level. Jiu-jitsu, I feel like I match up very well. I don't think he's better than me at jiu-jitsu. It all comes down to who has a better game plan and who can implement it better.
Your younger brother, Sergio, I mean, I think at this point it's safe to say we can shed the prospect label on him. What is it?
I've been telling everybody, like, this kid, once he figure out how good he still hasn't figured it out. Once he figure out how good he really is, you'll see somebody that's special, man. This kid, like, when he spars me, I just feel, I'm like, fight these guys the way you spar me and you'll be a world champion. And once he figures that out, it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, just him beating Joseph Benavidez, a guy who's been at the top of this division forever. What is it like for you as an older brother who's sort of mentored him coming up in this game to now watch him really emerge as this legitimate title contender? I
love it. I mean, I knew it. Like, when I started this, that's what I thought of him. I'm like, you have the skill set, you have everything you need to become a world champion, and now it's coming to truth. I mean, obviously we had some setbacks. Henry Cejudo. I mean, I had that with Clay Guida. I feel like his career where I was at with Clay Guida is now right where he was at with Cejudo. He found a guy that could hold him down. He had to figure it out. Fought a tough guy in Benavidez. I mean, when the Pettis brothers lose, we don't take lesser opponents. We go for harder opponents. I want to fight the best in the world. I'm not trying to fight outside the top 10. I want to fight top 5. So I feel like he's on the same path. He's right there in the top 2 in the world. So he's right there.
And final thing, I mean, we obviously saw it last month with CM Punk. Didn't go his way.
Yeah.
It was a very difficult fight. Do you have any sense sort of where he is now, what he thinks, I guess, moving forward, whether this is something he wants to continue doing?
I'm not sure, actually. He hasn't been back to the gym, but I know he's a hard worker, and I know he's one of the guys, if he wants to do something, he'll make it happen. It's really up to him at this point. I mean, maybe not in the UFC, maybe in the UFC. I'm not sure what his path is.